chira wo say obi pino e was normal saa na yehu no dem mom open blood pressure ye papa pa dia eno de esa wo try na wunya the optimal one no a 120/80 no below eba fam na say wo numbers ne kosoro a abre nyina e de wo haw na eba nti ebisa say eden na ma high blood pressure eba. What are the causes of high blood pressure? And I want to remind you that today is World Hypertension Day. That is why we are taking the opportunity to take you through this education so that you take very good care of your blood pressure, because it is the leading causes of a lot of disease and deaths in our world. Number one, fat. Fat. When you have so much fat in you, the fat, as we have studied before here, tells us that your it will form plaque within your arteries and your veins. And it starts building up when you are an adolescent. So be able fresh kakra. You will be an intinimu nyina ye fefe kama. Na wo hyase na wudi kosia, na wudi aduane asrade ewo mu onu a, na hyase na form plaque. Ya obroni friend plaque ne kakra woni peduanum ne bedru baabi no na e de ohaw e na eba. Some of these things that form the plaque is what we call cholesterol. So gradually the growing plaque will thicken. And when it thickens, it will block the blood flow within the vein and the arteries, reducing the space of the arteries. And when the space of the arteries are reduced, blood will not be able to flow very well. And so this is what I'm talking about. So we have to so who say, kama or how be a now we had the tosumi and one senwa and no emunu baby a si ama quina beya the pressure, the plaque has formed, almost covering the vein that you see on the screen. And then the third vein that you see over there, it is almost fully blocked. And by this, it is very difficult for blood to be transported. And yes, you say, Semoja intimia nante anko ni pedua kwa ni nyina emua. Baby ankwamwa we hear oxygenated blood at the end of the day, and one I wo hono no omuwu. Anasa nkwamwa na ewo ho no mo newu anasa ntinenu mu bepae ama moja asone egu adwenenum nasa sone gu mu a e de stroke e na eba ne nyarewa ahodo. Number 2 ne say excessive salt intake. When you take too much salt enchine bebre edie no e de ohaw e na eba te say wo hu afidie no so na wo hu sania ye hwie enchine gu aduane so asanka wo no aduane wi are the best thing to do is that you don't add additional salt to it. Just take it as it is. And China would be basie, I would be no one quino, anka dinisa, and Chini bebrebe ma watris no emuya din. And then some of the salt yedia and China yemumano, the foods that are loaded with salt. One of them in our locality here is what we call salted fish, anase kobe. So wo bo wa pesi enua, wo de kobe twi wabom no mo de nchene kakra to mo asan de nchene ato apesie no ho. And at the end of the day no na ama nchene no adoso bebre e de amount afei momone what salted fish ye momone no what we call here momone is also one of the carriers and also emma srade nchene no ma wuntine no emu ye dendende. And that is why you need to reduce it. This all the ko bi betwi abomumu a emfa nchene ntum. And I'm functioning and to a pempeti or pessi so. But what they saw by Yanisa, not would dear no trim because and chilling a woman a dorsal. The WHO says something, and it says that when we are able to reduce salt intake to less than 5 grams per day, that is about 1 teaspoon, we will save around 2.5 million lives every year. Afibia ankaibetimi agye enipa beye opepepem yenu ene akyrepo endum enkwa abra ye te yenkyere die duduo so ede aba fem de yenya no beye atre ketwa no a yede num aduro no baako a day. That is what your body needs to survive. And it is offer manebro so a it leads to a lot of complications. And if abia oni enya saa niam na enkyene bebre free all the soft drinks that we take, sodium is loaded in it. And if you take canned foods, they are also preserved by salt or sodium. Crackers are hoodwo, and most biscuits are also loaded with salt. So hidden salt that we consume daily is more than even what we are taking from adding salt to our food. And that's why we need to be very careful. If you are someone who knows how to consume alcohol, you have to be very careful because excessive alcohol intake will lead to hypertension. The next is that you need to avoid coffee and then tea. Coffee intake, because of the caffeine, is able to raise up your blood pressure to move high. It makes your arteries harder. And when it happens that way, it forces blood not to move smoothly within your veins and then your arteries. And then smoking, because of what we call the nicotine that we have in smoke, which is cigarette smoke, leads to the hardening of your arteries, causing a lot of medical conditions. And so if you are someone who knows how to smoke, you need to be very careful, because if care is not taken, it may lead to a lot of complications for you. Physical inactivity, we studied that yesterday, that if you are not very active physically, you can also develop hypertension. And obesity, which is overweight. Excess weight may mean the difference between your normal and your elevated blood pressure. Enti sɛ wo mu ɛyɛ duroburo so a ebetumi ama wanya hypertension. Sara na wo onya apomu atene da biara a ɛno nso so ɛyɛ ade a edi anim kɔ saa. And one other thing that is very crucial that we need to know is stress. Avoid stress if you can. Anger and worry, they are all contributing factors to the high blood pressure that we are experiencing. And the research has shown that it is occurring in its highest form in the low and middle income countries. And so we need to work out to fight against this. And now that pressure, baby, eniyama bo e kosro, eduane bo kosro, kesika bo kosro, na yaketua e kofem no e kire yen se adwendwen bedoso. Na adwendwen no so doso a ebema wanya hypertension. Ya yaka ni nyina no eye ne ayefre no modifiable risk factors ebia niyama yaka yi nyina wunye bi ana wote so ana ma ne ba fam nanso wobetumi anya high blood pressure because of your age. So wunyini kosro a na wunya 65 years and above a entini no moya dendende ma wura mfi so say strade dodo a wadie a form plaque ne sabre ne na aduru ne pompon so nkyene dodo a wadie no na ba wuntiri no moya den ama wobetumi anya hypertension. Afei genetics, say wabosuo senia etie no, it can also lead you to have into abusua mu. So wo obi a wo ha wanya hypertension ya hweye. But the good news is that genetics, that is the genes, will load the gun, but it is left with you to press the trigger to let the high blood pressure result. And then sex, a man in merima emu no, so your berima akwanya wo ho no mo so betumi anya BP no e wo soro na ayo ban so antie say ye nyina ye hwe ya pomuden so eyie na etumi aboa ethnicity. And so once you are a black, you need to know that you have to work out your hypertensive levels by knowing your numbers. If you don't measure, you won't know it. So when susu one kwa me yan fa de na nkyekere wonsa na yan hwa wonhu ade no susu eye de enka embre enya de ede bibia wo wonsa ana se obete ya obia no ansa de kof no ekekere wonsa na de kekere wi a yehu ede ama. Apart from that, apart from measuring your high blood pressure, there is no any other means that you can know it. Diabetes will also lead you to have hypertension. So you be near cancer say, we see a dose, umoja mu akai, who say utranya ya, ubetimi and your high blood pressure. And when you control your diabetes, you would be able to control your hypertension as well. Symptoms, you better near who say me hypertension, or hypertension, high blood pressure. There are no symptoms, say shasia, one thing can say bibia yo, until it gets to the severe stage or the stage. That is where you begin to feel some symptoms like headaches. And it's also now anopa check your BP. Try to go and take the measurement to know your number. Weakness, dizziness, heart beating of the heart. Akumanu born 10 and a bled busy vision. Papa kaino who say eno enedeba. Now say edi enimu kwechira. What it leads to is heart disease. Ebema wenya akuma yade. Esan say akuma no bosa adwene ne ka kira akuma. But moja ani ntumi nru nti ibomode na ye ho adwuma yie. And when the brain communicates to the heart that some part of the body needs oxygenated blood, so please keep pumping the blood so we can have, and the heart will continue to beat faster and faster to pump the blood to move through the entire body. By doing that, the heart becomes so enlarged. Now, a heart attack and so will occur, any heart failure, because oxygen entime enia konyaba ewoni peduane mu nyina enti sa akoma ntini na nenam ho the veins that supply the heart with blood When they are blocked and blood is not able to circulate well within the heart, it leads to the challenger, your friend of heart failure or causing heart failure, stroke. Say a trinket no a word in the moon sono, a mu baby see, that's a moja to me and more uncle honomua, a man come one a wohonomon edgejo or moo, that's omua, not a dear nimo amiaka, so when you're yari. When your brain is not able to receive enough blood, because it is one of the body parts that consume much of glucose. And the glucose can be very effective to produce its food for it when it has enough oxygenated blood. And so by this, when the arteries are blocked, the cells die. And when the cells die, it leads to stroke. And on the other hand, if the blood is moving and the arteries, those small ones, say emusisi na se moja ne pompe ne na pressure so na pai e pai kuma e na se moja no ebegu adwene num na ama wanya stroke e ha adwene afei so high blood pressure, it is possible for you to have your kidneys damaged. If you have high blood pressure, you stand a chance of losing your kidneys, because in trinketwa no a sonny moja aso no emusisi a ebema u kidney no afeli ama wakwa dialysis so edo how be brain nam afe edu akiri na ginsemu a it damages your retina. When you don't hear money unwa de tina ye ade ese wo ya hweyie, because when it gets to this stage it is not reversible. Wuntumi and reverse you cannot. And so try to know your numbers, and by that you'll be safe. And the next is that lifestyle changes can reduce your blood pressure. That is the good news. So for simultaneously, lifestyle changes reduce blood pressure. One, weight loss. So when you do the possibility of you having blood pressure when you are obese is very, very high. So reduce your weight. Weight reduction and low salt diet. Try to avoid the diet that contains much salt. Alcohol reduction is very important. Increase physical activity. But what they say, obey exercise and answer activity level no obey pejamu amana kosro. Now shishemu ededi emaye who say after 1 year, when research was conducted for people who are hypertensive, they realized that their systolic pressure dropped by 10.6, and then the average reduction of the diastolic was 8.1 mm. And so it tells us that it works. If you change your lifestyle, you would be able to hold against that high blood pressure that you may be suffering. So prevention is better than cure. Always try to know the numbers, and when you know it, you will be able to work to get it done, to get your body work very efficiently. Lifestyle disease, abstain from alcohol, tobacco, and if you are able to adopt a vegetarian diet, you would also be able to work against your high blood pressure. Aerobic exercise is very excellent, and this one, it was measured. And it was a research that was done, and they realized that people who were 150 by 81, when they underwent through this, they were able to reduce their blood pressure to 129/78. And so it tells us that these things work. Within just 3 weeks, 80% achievement. So if you have high blood pressure, it is highly possible for you to achieve it. Low sodium diet will reduce your risk of hypertension complications, your myocardial infarction, that is your heart, and complications of congestive heart failure, cirrhosis of the liver, and then your stomach, so limit sodium. In your near sodium, ayemuma. Now we are no free on our potassium, also where we are nimua, yaka potassium once, ama the balance no etumiaba. How then do we control hypertension without medication? So we obia, without enrosua, where dronu sobefa. But a drone on other organs of your body. That one you have to know. And that is why prevention is always better, and modification of your lifestyle is very crucial. And so when you are hypertensive, don't say me fa, ebeham intimi fa, shasena fa. Then do exercise, change your lifestyle. And by changing your lifestyle, you would be able, our Dr. Bekanchra will say, so eat plenty of low sodium foods and restrict sodium intake. Avoid low fiber. Eliminate caffeine. Eliminate alcohol. Stop smoking. Etime abwao ama wedi so enkunim. Aduania. Bacon for the ama when enumere oatmeal. 850 people were categorized for the amount of oatmeal they consume. And the result was that 1 bowl per day users had lower blood pressure and low cholesterol. It is also able to help you against high blood pressure. enti sa onwa wo sobolo ni wia emfa sikyire ntum wodi asikyire tum a wasɛe no ti bɔmɔden sɛ wobenya sobolo na aboa the last juice a bedema wɔ no ɛyɛ oats bagu nsuom wodi gu nsuom afa apple baako ka ho na fa strawberry caps mienu ka ho fa cinnamon ɛka ho bi wo hypertension no na no yɛ den sɛ den na sɛ wo da aduro so na wo yɛ wei a your doctor will tell you say it is enough afei free aduro no so ba mfiri wo pem ɛma doctor aduro a waka sɛ fa no benyi emfiri hɔ no mo but adeɛ nyinaa mu no kai sɛ Matthew chapter 11:20 yɛn am yɛ deɛ yare to you God.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. The Seventh-day Adventist Church, in collaboration with Hope Channel Ghana, present Freedom from Fear Bible Lecture Series. We have our media partners as 3A come you in a special way. Tonight, we want to begin with prayer sessions. But the testimonies are coming. Adansidie na shanse badada. Ene yewa adansidie kesiye free konongwa abba. Enti emra asofo no eba bedi enim. Ewo mpaebo mu no ebefa sa dansidie ebese wutibi se de ebe hye unkwan se empire a wo bɔ no onyankopɔ otie na afoforo enya dansidie wudi enya maaya nya abotre. So people are having their testimonies. So stay tuned as we listen to a testimony from our sister from Konongo who is testifying for what they come
from Konongo. I have a very big and a great testimony to give. The glorification of God through his servants.
To take over tonight and take charge of this very site and all other sites around. We want to pray for all our friends, our guests who have visited tonight. If they are here, the Lord should bless them. If they are on their way coming, the Lord should want to pray. Short and Alote will pray short for the speaker tonight. Let us pray. Okay, national work Ucho Usofo Randy Skeete Wooding. I come Mokron Abeno. Nika Epadomoshin. Amen. Let's be seated. We want to take our last prayer. People coming here come with burdens, come with challenges. We want to ask them.
For prayer. We get out of that fear, obedience to God. The person who does not feel a need for prayer really does not feel the need for God. Sin brought fear. Disobedience brought fear. How do we get out of that fear? Obedience. Fear. He does not feel the need for God.
Hallelujah.
After this, there was a feast by witches. In these lay a great multitude of impotent folk, of blind, halt, withered, waiting for the moving of the water pool and trouble the water. Whosoever then first, after the troubling of the water, stepped in, was made whole, of which had. And the man answered him, Sir, I have no man. When the water is troubled, thy bed and walk. Jesus told that man. Notice the words Jesus told that man. Belinda.
Yes, please.
Belinda, where are you from?
My name is Joseph.
Joseph. That's the father of Jesus, the earth.
Amen.
Where?
Over here.
Ashalboche.
Where are you from, Joseph?
Ashalboche.
Asalihu. Okay. God bless that place, wherever that is. God bless you and thanks for coming.
Now you know it.
English name.
Now you know it.
So your English name?
What's your first name?
Now you.
Man, my brother. All right. My friend. What's your name?
My name is nobody can.
Adenta.
Okay. Yes, my brother.
My name is John Madina.
Where are you from? Then I'm going to jump into the message. Where's that person?
I'm fine.
Where are you from?
Edu.
Who? God bless you. Thanks for coming. Say amen for our brother. All right. Oh, there's a nice looking. Hi, how are you?
I'm fine, thank you.
What's your name?
Vivian Ketia.
Vivian.
Yeah.
Where are you from, Vivian?
Medina, Washington.
Do you love Jesus, Vivian? What did she say? Wadena, Washington. Where's that? Another place on that side. Okay. Vivian, thanks for coming. God bless you. All right. A woman and a child. Oh, hello. How are you?
I'm fine, please.
What's your name?
Alberta Yani.
Alberta.
Alberta. What's the baby's little Daniel? May he grow up to. I'm going to get to the message. If there's right here.
All right.
What's your name? For all our guests, say amen. One more time. It's good. And all the time. May God bless all those visits online. We wish you were here, but we welcome you with just as much enthusiasm. If you're one of these, please turn them off. Why? So we can remember how we mean. Favor number 2, why we're speaking? Press and say, Lord, put words in their mouths and their hands. It is very, very serious. We want to speak God's words of worship. Thank you, Joe. was